Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business section, and then we will end out with a little bit of smart home stuff, and we will end with just a couple of Sillyville articles. But I gotta confess, nothing's gonna beat that EULA for grapes. I gotta go back through and see which was the best news article this week. This whole year. I think the EULA on the grapes is the best, but I don't know. We'll see what we have in the Sillyville at the end. So let's go ahead and hang on tight. First, we have an update. GitHub restores YouTube DL repository. So GitHub came to the rescue. Very good. I'm going to have to rescind my other video then. So GitHub did come back to the rescue. They restored YouTube DL and told the DMCA to go and leave, and basically saying, yeah, we're going to put some more policies into place to make sure this type of stuff doesn't happen, including setting up $1 million developer defense fund to help working on ways to improve the copyright law in the US and around the world. Really, the RIAA, if you want to know the best thing we should do, what we need to do is have a counter law where if somebody files a false case, they're not allowed to file anything for another couple years. That'll prevent you from filing false cases. You're not allowed to do any of that kind of stuff. So there's that. All right, I had to include this one because WordPress, as you guys know, I'm a developer, and I'm actually a expert level WordPress guy. I don't build you a WordPress site with a lot of plugins. I build every bit of that functionality you need right into your custom theme. A lot of good support, a lot of good security. I'm really good at what I do. But WordPress started to kind of go crazy. And it kind of started a couple years ago when they're like, hey, let's put a block editor in there like everybody else. Now, you have to understand, WordPress got big because it was the thing that a developer could build a site for the client and say, if you can manage a Microsoft Office document, you can manage WordPress. And it worked well. And you had a really good editor, and it was very simple. The block editor is a giant mess. It's so bad that even now, consistently, it gets extraordinarily low reviews, and people hate it. They stopped listening to the developers. The developers said, hey, it's fine as a plugin to optionally use, maybe to throw something on the home page into a different page, or hey, maybe it's good to have into the system and someone can turn it on or turn it off, but there's so much negativity around the block editor, people started to I started to leave WordPress behind. I only build on WordPress now if I have to. I've used other platforms. Well, WordPress, now that's WordPress.org, which is the open source software developed by a community of people. There's also the WordPress.com, which is the company where you can go to get a company-hosted WordPress site. Well, they are the latest to join the deplatform brigade. So, of course, a couple weeks ago, it was MailChimp. MailChimp is now apparently going to read all of your email messages, and if you even think about sending something that they find even remotely offensive, nope, the monkey will stop in the way. The monkey's going to stand there and go, you can't send that. Well, WordPress is doing the same thing now, apparently. So this is a site, the Conservative Treehouse, which is basically just a conservative website. They just do conservative research. They actually look into things rather than just spouting out their opinions, apparently. I can't say I'm a big reader of them, but they were just told you have until December 2nd to migrate to another hosting provider because, yeah, your site's going away. Why? Because we disagree with what you say. WordPress.com is now going woke. So if you're on WordPress.com, I would highly advise you to take your platform off of it, move somewhere else, so this kind of crap doesn't happen. All right. Apple announces big changes to the App Store. This is actually really good. For you Apple developers particularly. What they're doing is they're finally buying into the fact that, stealing 30% off of everybody's bottom line is not a really good thing. So what they're actually doing is any app developer who makes less than $1 million a year, Apple is cutting back their commission to only 15%. So Apple will make 15% on any app up to the first $1 million in any calendar year. And then after a developer crosses the 1 million mark, then Apple makes the extra 30% off of the excess. So, the same type of tax structure that never mind. I'm not going to get all that political, but, you know. But anyway, this is actually good news because the app developer who's just trying to get started with some type of app can now take home more of their money on the App Store. That is actually a great news. So we will cheers and applaud Apple for making that move. Tesla is getting investigated. So we've kind of talked about this before. So they have this memory card inside of their infotainment system because the Teslas collect so much data, it's staggering. This is why I would never get a Tesla. They collect more data. I mean, I'd be hard-pressed to find something that collects more data than Tesla. I mean, Windows 10 doesn't even collect data compared to Tesla. But what was happening is these things were going through all these read-write cycles, and it was basically crashing the infotainment systems, and that actually led to pretty much the whole car dying. So Tesla's not been around a whole lot. They don't have a ton of cars on the market, comparatively speaking. They've already replaced 12,523 of these NAND flash memories. And this prompted an investigation to figure out what in the world, why do you have a system? And the reason is because it's collecting so much data, it's staggering. So there you go, Tesla. Good luck, Tesla, I guess. Amazon jumps into the pharmacy business. They want to start themselves a little drugstore. Take the blue pills. So Amazon, now they have a prescription fulfillment. It's not for like no class 2 drugs. So you're not going to get you're not going to get your seriously controlled stuff at it, that's for sure. But most of the other stuff that you can get that's not super controlled, you can get those through Amazon now. So pharmacy stocks, of course, tumbled when this happened. A lot of people wanted to get in on the ground floor on Amazon. And how much you want to bet that Porch Pirates are going to double down and start stealing more packages off people's porches when they realize they might get some pharmaceuticals in there. Ooh. So that's what Amazon's up to. Would you guys order drugs from Amazon? I mean, knowing how Amazon works, they're all being manufactured, next to the lead plant nestled next to the nuclear factory by little children in China. That's where your drugs are going to be made over there. So have fun, guys. Have fun with your Chinese drugs. Of course, it's not really any better. All the other drugs are made over in China anyway. So whatever. Let's see. Google Photos is ending the unlimited free storage. So if you are using your Google Photos for storage, after 15 gigabytes, you're going to have to pony up some cash. So good time to start investigating something like your own personal Nextcloud. You can use my Linode affiliate link. Not even pitching it today. I don't have a banner for it really, but tlm.li/Linode. Get $100 credit, good for 60 days to try out some things. Simple, click button, install Nextcloud. There you go, guys. Of course, I think Google One is cheaper. You'd be paying $5 a month. But you're also not giving all your data to Google and storing it on Google servers. So anyway, I would actually go with that route, and that's actually what I do. I have my own Nextcloud server for stuff. But I don't store all my stuff from my phone in it either, though. But anyway, if you're utilizing Google Photos, there you go. And on to our feature story for today. Windows 10 now is nagging users with full-screen Microsoft Edge ads. So you can see a picture of it right here. So you get a full-screen cover-over ad. And let me see, can I zoom in on this guy? That's a little better. So it says down here, use recommended settings. You have the huge button that you'll always hit by accident. And basically, use Microsoft recommended browser settings. So you picture this. You've installed Edge, and you're like, well, I really don't like it. So you've installed your favorite browser, and Edge is just kind of there because it's like, keeps on, it's like, fine. You can go ahead and have Edge, you can do it. So you click the button, it's going to reset Edge as your default. It's going to pin it to your desktop. It's going to pin it to your taskbar. All the annoying crap that your average good computer user doesn't want to do. Who puts shortcuts nuts on their desktop anymore. What am I? My boomer parents? I mean, my lord. My lord. Or you can see, don't update your browser settings. Keep your existing settings. Or you can skip it for now. So there you go. Microsoft is now pushing out full screen nags for Edge. Guys, this is why you switch to Linux, okay? I don't have to deal with this nonsense. This is why you switch to Linux, to get away from this full screen nag crap. It's insanity. Insanity all the way. No word yet if they're going to put other full screen ads in there, but yeah, that's all I need. Working on something, like, is it not annoying enough when you're on a website and a pop-up screen appears? You're on your operating system, it shows up. Find the moron who thought this was a good idea and fire him. Very quickly, Microsoft. Very quickly. So anyway, there's our thoughts with that. Well, if you'd like to help support the channel, have a look at our affiliates. Today I want to talk about A2 Hosting, tlm.li/A2H. This is where I'm hosting all of my clients. So, did they cut that down a penny? I thought that was $5. Now it's $4.99, saving an extra penny. But you can get your shared hosting as little as $3 a month on up to full dedicated servers for $100 a month. That's actually not a bad price for dedicated servers, by the way. So you can have a look over there if you need a website. I also would recommend them if you want to host your own emails, things like that. A2 Hosting, pretty good. tlm.li/A2H. Now I think we will move on to the smart tech news. And it's smart tech / gig economy is where we're going next. All right, so moving on, we have 2 articles in smart tech and we have 2 articles in gig economy news. So go ahead and jump on with these. First, Honda's new Legend sedan will drive itself on busy highways in 2021. Oh, Lord help us that our highways are now becoming the beta testing programs for all of these guys and their self-driving cars. Those of us who lived through Windows 95 and have experienced a blue screen of death would prefer not to have several ton objects driving by themselves down busy highways. That would be a bad thing. But anyway, here pushing it out, and for some reason the politicians are allowing this to happen. So, we have to address this question like now. This should be the #1 agenda. When a self-driving car kills somebody, and it's going to happen probably soon, who is liable? We have to get that narrowed down in our law before we go any further. So, of course, Tesla's like, well, we already have it. We just haven't pushed the software out yet because, Musk has to win on everything. But anyway, so there we are. We'll have Musk and Honda fighting each other for who can make it to the road first, which means we're going to be cutting some corners and, just to result in probably more people not making it home for reasons other than the coof. And Amazon is releasing its new Alexa-powered smart glasses. So now you can be walking down the road and go, I'm out of unicorn meat. Hey, Alexa, order unicorn meat, confirm. Anywhere, anytime now. You don't even have to be in the comfort of your home. Anywhere, anytime. Hey, Alexa, order unicorn meat, confirm. You will never be without your unicorn meat because you can order it perpetually on the go. So $250 for the Echo frames. You can actually make prescription glasses out of these. They do not as of yet have cameras. I did hear a wonderful philosophy from somebody. I forgot who I heard it from. But his argument is, these glasses originally flopped because people were a little turry about having cameras on all these glasses walking through society, which is all a good thing. I don't need everybody walking through society with cameras on their glasses, seeing everything that they see and recording it and sending it up to big companies. We just don't need that. But these ones have microphones, though. So if you see somebody walking around with glasses that look kind of like this lady's wearing, get around them and just whisper in their ear, hey, Alexa, order unicorn meat, confirm. Just do it. You find somebody doing this, you start messing with Alexa. You start asking Alexa to do things like, hey, Alexa, play Ice Ice Baby. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, come on, guys. You got to mess with these people. They're the ones roaming around society with an Alexa attached to their head. This is a terrifying thing. So the hypothesis that this person said, and I forget exactly who said it, their hypothesis is that, yeah, they're going to get us used to having these with microphones, so they're always listening, by the way. And then they're just going to, next version up's got the camera now. So there you have it. So that is our smart tech. Look at a couple of gig economy. Instacart is now teaming up with Best Buy for same-day delivery on Best Buy products. Like, I'm not a huge fan of any of these gig economy things, but I would absolutely trust Instacart to go and pick up something at Best Buy for me far before I'm going to trust somebody Instacart to go get my food for me. I really don't want a stranger going to the grocery store and shopping for the stuff I'm going to be eating. I'm just not okay with that. But hey, I need a new Raspberry Pi and I ain't wearing a Koofy catcher. Hey, Instacart person, I'll pay you like a $3 tip or something to go get me a Raspberry Pi from Best Buy. So this is actually not a bad deal. I still won't be using it because, yeah, I ain't using that crap. But nevertheless, it's better to use Instacart for Best Buy products than it is to use Instacart for your grocery shopping. So if you guys are into Instacart, just be aware that is now an option. If you want something or need something from Best Buy and don't want to get it, don't have the time to get it, you can now do that through Instacart in some places. I almost said Instagram. Yeah, through Instagram. Get it for me. But anyway, that's kind of neat. And DoorDash files for an IPO and hints at a driverless future. So they're going to take over the market, start making the billions of dollars, and then fire all of the gig economy workers who are working so hard in California for their Proposition, is it 22 or 24 protections, whatever that proposition happens to be over there in California. So DoorDash, of course, right now still requires people, but they're working on a fully automated version, so you can just get right on in there and order up your DoorDash stuff, and eventually they're just gonna be like, hey, you know what? We don't need the people anymore. It's so much better, more convenient, and even safer if drivers aren't even involved. So we'll just use our self-driving. Do you guys realize that this is what's going to happen? Like, I parked downtown a couple weeks ago. I parked downtown to walk over to the post office. I parked behind a car. They had a Bernie sticker over here, and they had another bumper sticker down here that said, millionaires should be abolished. I got to thinking, you know, I bet if I were to question the owner of this car, they would probably have a very brand new phone. They probably traded in their perfectly good working phone to buy the phone. They'll probably have an Apple computer because there is a stunning correlation between lefties and Apple products. They probably are buying hair dye to dye their hair, maybe or maybe not having other weird commerce type related things. My point is, and by the way, they're probably utilizing all these different streaming services. The basic conduct by which we live our life is what produces the millionaires as we buy their products. I mean, you realize that? I mean, just saying. So where this ties into this particular DoorDash story is, this is a company, and DoorDash and Lyft is doing this, and Uber is doing this. They want everybody on their product. They want everybody paying them a monthly service. A monthly service fee. They're making all the money, and part of their pitch is, hey, we're a great opportunity to pick up a few extra bucks. But all of these companies' end goal is to let all the gig economy workers go, so that the one company will get to keep all of the money. They will own all of the resources. They will have all of the cars. Do you find it interesting how Lyft is trying to tell you that you shouldn't own a car because it's too expensive? Just rent the cars from us. And then they're going to be owning those cars. So the big company is telling you, stop owning a car. We want to own the car, and you just have to pay us a fee every single time you want to get into it. That's the type of thing they're doing. That is the end goal of these companies. And that is what DoorDash is doing. And that is one of the big reasons why I'm not behind any of these companies. I just don't want to add to that cabal. I mean, that's kind of my thought. And I don't think billionaires should be abolished either, but it's just a thought, just a perspective. Let's go ahead and jump on over to Sillyville next. And on to Sillyville. BBC has had a program. They were talking about fisher people. That's right. Fisherman is apparently racist and offensive. I guess it's sexist and offensive. So this TV program replaces fishermen with fisher people. Now, I will say that there are more female fisher people than there are viewers of Switch to Linux. But it's a fairly narrow margin. I think 0.2% more people are female that go fishing than that watch Switch to Linux, which is fairly common on a channel like this. So the ladies watching, thank you. You guys are the ones making up the numbers. That's certainly for sure. So Ashley Mullinger, who calls herself the female fisherman, joined the backlash and says she only knows of 6 women doing her job. The corporation style guide suggests unless you are sure only males are involved, avoid such words as newsmen, businessmen, and policemen. What is it, a police people? Excuse me, I'm being stopped by the police people. That sounds like the Gestapo's coming for me. The business people are coming. The news people are coming. Do they speak newspeak? I wonder. So BBC source told Mail Online that fisher people is a perfectly acceptable term, but stressed there is no ban on the word fisherman. That's right. We're not banning fishermen. We're just not saying it. So anyway, apparently, Piers Morgan railed against the use of fisher people and hit out at the BBC for ditching fishermen, which is the common parlance. GMB presenter on the show said, here's the point. It's a rough old job on the trawler boats and on the rough seas. I've never seen a woman on a trawler boat doing that. There must be some, but I guess there is a single woman in the country who actually trawls for fish. Probably the whole language is being changed from fishermen to fisher people. Yeah, kind of exciting. Well, I know you might have bad internet and you do kind of hate this whole education from school, but this poor Russian student from Siberia, he actually has to scale a tree to get internet access to attend his class online. So he's required, because of the COOF, he's required to do his schooling online. He just doesn't have any signal at all. So there he is. He climbs to the top of the tree just to get internet on his phone to have his class. So he is now having class at the top of a birch tree in Siberia in the middle of the winter because, hey, we thought we had internet bad. That's bad internet. It could be worse. We could be in Russia. But I see he rushed his way on up that tree, though. That's for sure. Meow Talk. Alexa's. So an Alexa develops an app to translate the cat's meow. And we are all thinking right now, Kitty, what is your opinion of the cat's meow? Kitty, what's the opinion? He's like, dude, leave me alone. I'm sleeping. I ain't going to meow. I ain't going to do nothing. Just leave me alone. All right. So the Cat's Meow developer app supposedly translates it. Meow, feed me, please. Yeah, my cat tells me to feed him in other ways. So the theory is there's really only a few things that cats actually meow for, and they're taking the idea and, stressing it. I mean, do we really need this? I mean, if you have a cat, Like, my other cat, the one you rarely ever see, like the one stealing my chair, that's the good cat. He likes being in whatever room I'm in. He likes being there with me. If I go to bed, he comes to the bedroom with me. If I go downstairs, he goes downstairs with me. He's like a familiar. I think maybe he's a witch or something. I don't know. But the other cat's really antisocial. She'll walk into the room, hiss at you, turn around, and run out of the room. It's like, what are you doing, cat? I really don't need an Alexa voice translator for the cat. When she's going, she doesn't want to be bothered. Just leave the poor cat alone, okay? Really. When she's like, and she wants picked up. This is not rocket science. I mean, she's a bipolar cat. What can I say? She'll either hiss at you and run, or she'll go at your feet till you pick her up. I just need a shrink from a cat. If there's a cat shrink out there, let me know. I have a patient for you. But anyway, there is now an app for you guys to translate your cat's meow. Oh, this one says, oh, meow, hello there. Oh, you can switch your cat. You can switch to a different cat. I don't know what my cat's saying. Okay, here's a hint for you, moron. If your cat is meowing by an empty food container, he wants fed. Okay? If he's going, particularly looking out a window, there's a squirrel on the back porch he would like to go make friends with. Okay? If he's like going, he says, get the hell away from me. Or even better, get that stupid Alexa away from me. So we don't really need this to translate the cat's meow, but I guess some people really want the cat's meow. So whatever that happens to be with. And for all of you lonely people out there who just want somebody to hold your hand, this company has you covered. So this robot from Japan, it is a pale, sweaty robot hand that wants to take romantic walks with you. So I guess you just kind of strap the side and the wirings and the mechanical stuff on the side of your waist there, and then you just hold on to the hand, and I guess it sweats. It moves around a little bit. It's kind of like, this is creepy. There's a video there. Should we see what that video is? Let me mute desktop audio just in case there's some weird stuff there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just mute this guy. Okay. Oh, he's wanting. I don't speak that, so I want somebody to hold my hand. I want somebody to hold my hand. I got you covered, big guy. Look at this bad boy right here. Yeah, I'm just kind of carrying around my robotic hand. Oh Lord, he's got robotic lips now too. What is this? Build your own S-Robot kit? Oh, there you go. There you go. Look at this. You can walk around holding your robot's hand. This is what the coronavirus isolation did to us, people. We're so crazy right now. We're so crazy right now. We are building robotic hands to have a little bit of supposed human touch. Maybe it's about time to open things up a little bit. Just a thought. Just a thought. Well, there is our Sillyville for today. If you'd like to help support the channel, have a look over at my Subscribestar page, subscribestar.com/switched to Linux. You can head on over there to help support the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.